All right, welcome back. Davis and Emmer, live from the Republican National Convention in Tampa. Thanks to United Operations and Real Time Leasing, we are joined by David Avella of GOPAC. And David, I got to tell you before we get started, I was really upset when I heard that you were going to be here because it's not GOPAC, it's Go Vikings. And I'm tired of hearing it, but then they explained to me that explained to me that GOPAC is something completely different, which we'll accept. Actually, in all seriousness, you got a big job ahead of you. Why don't you tell people what GOPAC's all about and what you're doing?
GOPAC formed in 1978. We work to elect people to state legislatures across the country and to local offices across the country with the belief that conservative government at the state level is every bit as important as conservative government at the federal level. That good, sound fiscal policies at the state level are critical to getting job creation. And there's no better example, which is why I'm so excited to be on this because you're the exact example that people need to see. That
Minnesota?
A Republican legislature, things are dramatically different. Think of the Democratic Party still has a government and has those chambers of legislature. The ability of Speaker Zellers and Senate President Fishbach to stop tax increases, to stop wasteful spending, all of that would have been not had we not had the majority.
There's a lot of people that would say that is definitely putting lipstick on the pig in the sense that there are people in Minnesota that are very disappointed that the legislature did not act strongly enough for right-to-work legislation, cutting the budget instead of increasing the budget by $5 billion.
But the point that Dave is making here, which is the main point, is that we have a Republican legislature in the state of Minnesota, and the goal is now to help that legislature continue and hopefully learn from those, Bob, and actually get even stronger, get more conservative members elected so that they can solidify that leadership potential that they have. Minnesota, there's a battle going on. How much is GOPAC going to play in the Minnesota legislative process?
We're keeping an eye on it. Certainly, we'd love to see Speaker Zellers, who's been very active with our organization, our main speaker, Senator Fishbach. We'd love to see her say Senate President Pro Tem. We're keeping an eye on it, finding out where we can be the most helpful. We do a lot, as I mentioned, in the area of training and in the area of helping candidates run good candidates, in the area of looking to financially support viable candidates and targeted races. So we're keeping an eye on it.
David, where are you doing that? You do that out in Washington? Because I got a call the other day from a candidate up in the Alexandria area who's raising some money to go out to a candidate training session. Would that be one of yours?
We don't have any training seminars left this year. Okay. We have done them earlier this year. As I tell candidates, you need to be trained at this point in the session. You might want to start looking down the road.
Now, how is the bill for the state legislatures nationwide?
It's as great as 2010 was. We had record numbers, over 700 legislators. We believe we left some stuff on the table.
Where?
The Iowa Senate we had a chance to pick up. The Nevada Senate we had a chance to pick up. The Colorado House, we have a one-seat majority. I tease the speaker, we have a double, helping double the majority too. But let me say on the flip side, it's very critical, we believe, to make sure that Minnesota stays in Republican hands. It's critical that we keep the Wisconsin Assembly in Republican hands and the Senate to help Governor Walker continue.
Well, and explain to people, David, because it's not just about the governance of the 50 different states. It has to do with Governor Romney having success as well at the national level. It's very important to win those races at a state level.
You make an outstanding point. Take the state of Colorado. One of these states that everyone tends to agree is one of the deciding states in the state. All of the areas that Governor Romney Jefferson, Adams, Arapahoe, Laramie, those are all the same counties that we have to win at the state legislature in order to keep or grow our majority in Colorado. So we have to win Jefferson, Adams, Arapahoe, Laramie County. So the battleground is the same for the state legislature level as it is for Governor Romney and his battle. And we expected some focus groups earlier this year with voters marginal about whether they were going to vote or not. And we found two things out of it. One, they're much more likely to vote in a local race because they believe they can make a difference. Think about the number of races in Minnesota at the state local level that are decided by 50,
107.
107.
King Banyans, I think, was the closest up to St. Cloud, maybe 10, 20.
That they clearly understand my vote can make it. And then the second one is, not surprising, they believe their state governments, which are closer to them, can do more to help them than the federal government, and so that they can actually make a difference. So these state races are very key when you vote for government.
Extremely. Now back to Minnesota. Because I'm interested to know how GOPAC works when you do these training sessions with Tea Party individuals, Ron Paul supporters that are more libertarian, because Minnesotans are very frustrated with the leadership that they've seen. They got a state, they got a Viking stadium, they got which now they've had some candidates lose their primaries because they did these things. How does GOPAC get in and maybe give some direction to those leaders and tell them, look, you're playing too close to the other party. You really got to distinguish yourself so that you can maintain your majority and grow it.
Well, our goal is to teach candidates how to run good campaigns. Their job then is to go out and communicate their message and run their campaigns and primary voters on the side who are nominees or conventions.
So you don't care one.
We don't pick sides in primaries or in battle contests. Our job is about giving Democrats.
Excellent.
You're obviously doing state races, so you really understand this now. So how tough is it? Pennsylvania, Virginia, Colorado, Wisconsin, Iowa.
It's going to go down to the wire. 5 or 6 states are ultimately going to decide this election. Virginia, Florida, Ohio, Colorado. Republicans haven't won ever the presidency without carrying Ohio. So keep an eye on the state of Ohio.
Ohio's tightly according to rice polls. It's like a 50-50 race now. But you're campaigning, you're doing these state races. So are they calling you to ask you what's going on in those states?
Yes. But you know, but it's an exciting time, right? You know, we're going to make some major decisions. And think about all of the things that the federal government does and turns it over to the state government that they have to then implement, whether they're healthcare policy or job creation policy. So having good conservative governments at the state and local level are absolutely critical. Let me also add just one last plug. These folks that are getting elected to state legislature, 69% of them go on to serve in the U.S. House and 59% go on and serve in the U.S. Senate. So this really is the farm-building operation for the federal level, as addition to being a good conservative government.
They're your state candidates today, and they're your federal candidates. David Avella, did I say it right? Good fella? Avella.
That's right.
David Avella, president of GOPAC, thank you very much for joining Davis and Emmer this morning on Twin Cities News Talk, AM 1130.
Thank you. And by the way, coming up, I believe after the top of the hour, we're going to talk to Wisconsin Senator Ron Johnson. More coming up, and pardon me?
Oak Ridge Boys.
Again. Oh, the Oak Ridge Boys, too.
Yeah,
that's
they
awesome.
got
I'll
it
talk
now.
to them
They
as
gotta be
well.
out about
All coming up.
Oh, well, then forget it. Because we're in a news break from it.